Okay, here we're just trying to effectively combine these two sentences, and as usual, it's mostly about style rather than grammar here. So the two sentences are: popular film franchises are often rebooted in an effort to make their characters and stories fresh and relevant for new audiences. Superhero comic books are periodically reworked to try to increase their appeal to contemporary readers. So the two sentences are sort of, related in that it's basically saying that film franchises do reboots and superhero comic books also pretty much do reboots, right? But so we want to combine this in one sentence. Let's see how we can do that. In answer choice A, in an effort to make their characters and stories fresh and relevant for new audiences, popular film franchises, which are often rebooted, are similar to superhero comic books, which are periodically reworked. Okay, blah, blah, blah. So in these types of questions, the SAT very much prefers straightforward and simple sentence structure. So basically, the earlier in the sentence that you can put your subject and verb, the better. In this case, it's a really indirect way of finally saying that popular franchises are rebooted and are similar to superhero comic books. So this is again kind of an indirect route to the point, and that's usually not very stylistically good. So let's see if we can find anything more straightforward, straight to the point. B. Just as popular film franchises are often rebooted in an effort to make their character stories fresh and relevant, superhero comic books are periodically reworked. Okay, so basically this is almost like just, I mean, this pretty much doesn't change the order of anything. It just adds a comma and puts just as, which actually isn't bad, right? Again, so just as, then we're given one thing. The just as sets up the comparison because you know that something's going to be compared to something. We have a straightforward statement of popular film franchises do X and superhero comic books do Y. So this is actually not bad. So let's just keep that in the back of our mind. Answer choice C. Superhero comic books are periodically reworked to try to increase their appeal to contemporary readers while. Okay, so this while basically, suggests that there's some kind of, not contradiction, but it's almost like on the other hand, right? Some kind of contrast, which isn't really the case. These two things are very, very, structurally similar. So you don't need to be contrasting anything. You're trying to compare the two and show that the two are, similar. So C is probably out, and D is superhero comic books are much like popular film franchises in being often rebooted in an effort to make the stories fresh, periodically reworked. Okay, so there's several issues here, and that there's a comparison directly made right at the beginning, which is nice, but then the phrasing in being often rebooted, being often, that's a bit of strange, awkward phrasing, and then you have this really long part at the end, which is it's already it's just very extensive, and pretty much at this point it looks even unnecessary because you're pretty much repeating the same thing twice. So for that reason, B is going to be our answer. It gets to the point pretty quick and does a good job of setting up the comparison in how similar they are by using just as. So B is our answer.